This is a review of Bitcoin. I put up a trade idea back on June the 17th that was bearish, and that was published because we had done several trade ideas in Market Week Live. This is the one that I have shown, and I wanted to review that now because it's just a great analysis, a great example of cycle analysis, and a good way for you to learn and to see what happens when these indicators and the cycle analysis all comes into alignment. This is the Bitcoin charts. Excuse me again. And I'm going to open up the weekly chart right here. Now, what happened was that it created this double top right here. And what that double top was a warning that the market was likely to have another move to the downside. Now, we had shown monthly analysis, and that the monthly had come down with this weekly 23.6%. All the previous monthly corrections were 39% or greater. So it seemed like that was not enough. And once the reversal scout turned down again over here, that was a warning to us that the momentum from the intermediate and potentially the monthly had turned down, and that we were going to see further declines. So once it gets underneath this level, which it did this week, that's a big warning with some number of weeks still ahead of us before that trough is due. So what we're looking for here based on the weekly is that it would come down here to at least a 30% decline from the peak, which is at the 38.2% fib retracement, and potentially got down to that 39%, 50% retracement. So 39% decline, 50% retracement, down here at close to 44,000. So projections right now down over here, this is about 51,006, this is about 44,003. And this period right over here is in alignment with the monthly, which we had said potentially would be lower than the April trough. So here's the April trough. It's gotten lower, and that said to us there's still a lot of risk here based on the weekly chart. Now, if I switch over to the daily chart, what we could see in here is this is where the slim ribbon over here turned negative. That's right here on 6/13. It also broke down underneath this key level right here. I'm just going to grab this so you can see where that cycle low was right there. And once it gets under there, which it did over here on 6/11, it warns us that there's a decline coming. So with the weekly turning down and the momentum turning negative and getting below this level, it put, to us, it warned that there would be a short side trade that could potentially work. And this is the date, 6/17, we put out the short side trade. You could see in here, this is the option bias indicator. And it was positive through all this period here. It turned negative here. It turned positive again here. But then it started to deteriorate, and right over here it turned neutral, and then right over here it turned negative. So we're getting more and more warnings at that time frame, right around 6/17, 6/18, that this market was in trouble. So with the weekly and the monthly, and now the daily negative, that put together what we thought was a high quality trade. Our projection was that it would get below 55,000, probably down to the 52,000 area, which was our target, short trade target, 52,000, as you can see right there. And it got down over here so far to 53.6. Now, what you can see is the minor cycles. Here's your minor cycle rally and correction. That was bullish. Your minor cycle rally and breakdown, which is bearish, said it would likely decline through this period here, and then getting into the next rising phase. You can see there are two upward arrows right over here. It's because I don't really know yet whether this low right over here is going to get broken or tested again in the next few days. Maybe not. Either way, we're looking for a rebound, probably to get up here to about 61.3 to a little higher. This is 63.8. This is a sell area right over here of high quality, and the timing for that is anywhere up here between, let's say, July 12th and somewhere around July 25th. That would seem to me that would be the time frame to at that, into this sell zone right over here, that we would see the next decline, and then that sets up this period down over here into early to mid-August for another pretty good downside move. So this is another potentially high quality sell area coming up right over here, and again, weekly and monthly are all aligning with the daily over here, and that is a time period for a lot of potential downside risk. So that's what's really important. You could see, as I put up here, these cyclical periods in here, and the final stage of a monthly cycle can get you a large decline, which you can see right over here, which was well, that wasn't the end of it there. Sorry, I don't have that on this chart. But you could see each of these time periods where the minor and the dominant cycle on the daily chart set up a sizable decline. That's right here and right here, and then coming up right over here. So that is the likely period of a big decline. And that's one more thing to look at in here. This is the momentum chart, which takes the slim ribbon and puts it into an area chart. And you can see in here that looks like a perfect spot right over here. The date here was 6/18, where this turned negative momentum, and it gives you a good downside move that we're having right now. So very important to have all of these askSlim indicators available to you, and understanding how the cycle analysis works with it, weekly, daily, and daily momentum, which very nicely set up the trade that we have on right now, which is still likely to get us to see a sizable decline for potentially the next, let's say, 5 to 8 weeks. So rallies in here in Bitcoin are not to be trusted.